Hey everyone, Brienne here. I wanted to show you an example of a Dutch test, which is a urine test that we use to measure all different hormones and estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, but it also looks at cortisone and cortisol. And in terms of weight loss, cortisol is really important. And I want to highlight the effects of coffee primarily on cortisol. So if we look here in the morning, the patient wakes up, she did a urine test to measure her cortisone and her cortisol levels. She does have good cortisol levels here when she wakes up. Now, mid-morning, when she typically always has her coffee, it should spike up. Now, we're seeing that it's very low here, and this is because when she did her urine test, I asked her to stop drinking her coffee. She always drinks coffee here at the morning B sample, and the day that she did not do that, she was having a lower amount of cortisol. So this highlights the dramatic effect that coffee and caffeine does have on cortisol levels. Caffeine bumps cortisol up, and then what happens is when the body should naturally produce its own cortisol, it's low. Now, this patient is going to consume morning coffee probably forever, like a lot of us are. But what I wanted to highlight is if, for instance, she was having an already high cortisol response without the coffee and she was going to add the coffee in, that would make it even higher. Now, what does this have to do with you in terms of the metabolic reset? Well, we know that cortisol, our stress hormone, causes muscle to be broken down, as well as it promotes fat storage around the midsection. So if we're looking to lose weight, we really want to manage our cortisol levels. That's why we give you the spray. That's why we say remove exercise. That's why we want you to do the gratitude journal. And that's why we've given you the reishi mushroom, also known as Ganoderma mushroom or Gold coffee. Because if you're going to consume coffee, and I get it, I drink coffee, I'm not willing to take it out, and most of my clients aren't willing to take it out either. So what we're doing is we're giving you a Ganoderma coffee so that we don't have this elevated cortisol response, because many people with resistant weight loss have too much cortisol, especially those who are storing weight around the midsection. So the goal is to help reduce cortisol through lifestyle means, as well as things like sleep's going to be really important, reducing inflammation from the anti-inflammatory diet, and consuming a organic coffee that hopefully will blunt that cortisol response. So this was a really interesting Dutch test that came up, something I see very, very often. If we would have ran this Dutch test when she had her morning coffee, this would be fine. It would be more up in the normal range, resembling a healthy cortisol pattern. This is just a byproduct of always drinking coffee in the morning, and your body's like, hey, I don't need to produce cortisol in the morning because the coffee helps with doing that. So the body never wants to go over and never wants to go under. Of course, through lifestyle and consistent damaging of the system, we can see issues, but this is a typical thing that I see a lot in those that drink coffee in the morning. So really watch the amount of coffee that you are drinking besides the Gold coffee. So if you're having 1 to 2 of the Gold coffee, great. If you're having 1 to 2 of the Gold coffee plus the Starbucks plus, try to change more of that coffee that you're getting to green tea. Green tea has the caffeine, but it also has L-theanine in it, a constituent that is calming and can blunt this cortisol response as well. So I thought that was very interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys. Hope that was insightful.